A lot of things happened at those Epstein parties that can't really be described.
Kim Kardashian took me with her to Diddy's party.
Kardashians may have stolen $600 million from Britney Spears.
For more than a decade, the story of Britney Spears was told to the public in a way that seemed simple on the surface. The world was told that one of pop music's biggest stars, a woman who had spent years at the center of global fame, needed protection. Headlines described her as unstable, vulnerable, and incapable of managing her own affairs. Court documents repeated the same explanation. Lawyers defended it. Family members supported it. Business managers reinforced it. To millions watching from the outside, the conservatorship placed over Britney Spears in 2008 was presented as a necessary legal safeguard designed to help a struggling celebrity recover from a deeply public personal crisis. But as the years passed, that explanation began to crack, and what emerged instead became one of the most disturbing and controversial celebrity legal battles in modern entertainment history. Before the courtrooms, before the protests, before the legal filings and global headlines, Britney Spears was one of the most powerful names in entertainment. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, she was more than just a singer, she was a cultural phenomenon.
Her manager, Cade,
shout out to Cade,
has connected.
Oh, we're just chilling.
In our geriatric bed.
Yeah.
All of their signs were investigate Lou Taylor, and I was like, who's that? So talk to these people.
Her debut single exploded onto the charts and instantly transformed her into an international sensation. Album after album dominated sales records. Concert arenas sold out within minutes. Endorsements poured in. Britney's face was everywhere. Television, magazines, billboards, award shows, red carpets. She became one of the defining celebrities of her generation, influencing music, fashion, and pop culture on a global scale. Her rise was meteoric, and her fame came with extraordinary pressure. Yet with that fame came relentless scrutiny. Every move Britney made became public property. Her relationships, marriages, motherhood, mistakes, and emotional struggles were dissected in tabloids and entertainment news cycles with brutal intensity. By the mid-2000s, the media circus surrounding her personal life had reached dangerous levels. Paparazzi followed her constantly. Television commentators mocked her breakdowns in real time. Her struggles became spectacle. In 2007 and early 2008, after a series of highly publicized incidents involving custody disputes, mental health concerns, and hospitalization,
connected us, and she wanted to come over, and we
Did this bed vibrate?
The story about how
I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Britney was placed under psychiatric evaluation. Soon after, a court approved a conservatorship that handed legal authority over her personal and financial life to others, primarily her father, Jamie Spears. At first, the conservatorship was described as temporary. Such arrangements are typically intended for elderly individuals suffering from dementia, severe disability, or people unable to make basic life decisions for themselves. In Britney's case, the public was told this was necessary because she could not safely manage her own finances, healthcare, or daily affairs. But what immediately made Britney's situation unusual was that even while legally declared incapable of handling her own life, she continued working at the highest professional level. She released albums. She performed on major world tours. She judged television shows. She headlined a multimillion-dollar Las Vegas residency. She generated enormous revenue. This contradiction raised questions that would only grow louder over time. How could someone be considered incapable of controlling her own personal decisions, yet fully capable of generating millions for an entertainment empire built around her name? For years, Britney remained largely silent in public about the true conditions of her conservatorship. Official statements from those controlling the arrangement insisted it was in her best interest. But behind the scenes, fans began noticing troubling signs. Social media posts were dissected frame by frame. Interviews felt rehearsed and tightly controlled. Her public appearances often seemed strained. Online communities of supporters began connecting patterns they believed suggested Britney was not as free as the public had been led to believe. What began as scattered concern slowly transformed into a global movement. The hashtag #FreeBritney spread across platforms because
Britney ended up in bed with us
She is just a doll.
She's the
she's like
nicest.
this.
Right. And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge.
People on each protest, it amplified, and by the end of it, there was thousands.
Becoming one of the most powerful fan-driven activism campaigns in celebrity history. At first, mainstream media dismissed the movement as conspiracy theory. Many commentators ridiculed fans who believed Britney was being exploited. But then the impossible happened. Britney herself spoke publicly. In June 2021, during a stunning court testimony that shocked the world, Britney addressed the court directly and described her experience inside the conservatorship in devastating detail. She said she had been forced into work schedules against her will. She claimed she was prevented from removing birth control despite wanting more children. She described being medicated without consent. She said she was denied autonomy over basic personal choices. Her words transformed public understanding overnight. What many had dismissed as rumor suddenly became impossible to ignore. The reaction was immediate and explosive. News outlets around the world interrupted programming to cover her testimony. Supporters flooded courthouse steps demanding justice. Legal experts began questioning how such an arrangement had survived for 13 years with so little oversight. Public pressure mounted rapidly. Celebrities, activists, lawmakers, and mental health advocates began speaking out in support of Britney. What had once been treated as private family legal business had become a global reckoning over power, control, and exploitation within celebrity culture. As scrutiny intensified, attention turned toward the network of individuals who had managed Britney's finances and career during the conservatorship years. Among the most discussed figures was Lou Taylor, Britney's former business manager, and head of TriStar Sports and Entertainment Group. Taylor's name had long circulated in fan discussions, but after Britney's testimony, her role came under broader public examination. Critics questioned how business management decisions had been made, who profited from Britney's work, and whether conflicts of interest existed among those managing her
With Kim Kardashian after the Kanye divorce and managed the trust.
Didn't understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. Mary J.
Thousands of people there, so much media, but all of their signs always talked about how they called her Lucifer Taylor. She has been known as like the one that put her in the conservatorship.
State. Taylor has denied wrongdoing and has disputed allegations suggesting misconduct, and many accusations circulating online remain unproven or have not been established in court. Still, the public scrutiny surrounding her involvement became intense. At the same time, social media speculation expanded far beyond the confirmed legal facts of Britney's case. Online commentators began drawing connections between Britney's financial management network and other celebrity business empires, including high-profile Hollywood families and entertainment brands. Some of these claims alleged hidden financial relationships involving major celebrity corporations, but many of these accusations remain speculative and unsupported by verified court findings. In the digital age, rumors often spread faster than evidence, and Britney's story became entangled in a web of theories that blurred the line between documented fact and internet conjecture. What is firmly established, however, is that Britney's conservatorship became one of the most controversial celebrity legal arrangements ever examined in public view. The deeper journalists investigated, the more troubling contradictions emerged. Reports surfaced questioning surveillance practices, including allegations that Britney's communications had been monitored. Documentaries explored whether her privacy had been compromised in ways that extended far beyond ordinary legal oversight. Former employees and insiders came forward with claims that painted a picture of an environment built on secrecy and control. While not every allegation has been independently verified,
Blush, they didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time.
That was now under the control of Lou Taylor and Jamie Spears, the father.
She tried putting Lindsay Lohan in a conservatorship, and she was Diddy's business manager.
the cumulative effect deeply damaged public trust in those who oversaw her affairs. By late 2021, after enormous legal pressure and public outrage, the conservatorship was finally terminated. On November 12th, Britney Spears regained legal control over her life for the first time in 13 years. The courtroom decision was celebrated worldwide. Outside the courthouse, crowds erupted in cheers, tears, and chants of victory. For supporters who had spent years fighting for her freedom, it was a historic moment. For Britney, it marked the beginning of a new chapter, but not the end of the emotional aftermath. The The damage left behind could not be erased overnight. Britney has since spoken about the trauma of losing control over her own life for so long. Her story forced society to confront uncomfortable truths about fame, family control, legal abuse, and the entertainment industry's ability to profit from vulnerable individuals. It raised profound questions about how someone so globally visible could remain trapped inside such a restrictive system for over a decade, while millions watched her perform on stage. Today, Britney Spears' case stands as more than a celebrity scandal. It has become a symbol of larger systemic failures, failures in legal oversight, failures in media accountability, and failures in how society treats mental health under public scrutiny. Her story changed laws in some jurisdictions, inspired renewed debate over conservatorship reform,
who was recently, her agency, TriStar Entertainment, also started working.
You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all?
Lou and Britney's father had discussed putting her in a conservatorship shortly after that happened. So this was all around 2008.
and awakened a generation to the possibility that public narratives can hide private suffering. And perhaps that is what makes Britney's story so haunting. For years, the world believed it knew what was happening. The headlines seemed clear. The explanations sounded official. The legal filings looked legitimate. Yet beneath the polished public image of protection and care was a reality far more complicated, painful, and deeply unsettling. Britney Spears was never just fighting for money or fame. She was fighting for the most basic human right imaginable: the right to control her own life. Even now, many questions remain unanswered. How many warning signs were ignored? Who truly benefited from keeping the conservatorship in place? Could it have ended sooner if the public had listened earlier? Those questions continue to linger, long after the court ruling was finalized. But one truth remains undeniable. Britney Spears changed the conversation forever. Her voice shattered a system that once seemed untouchable, and in doing so exposed how dangerous silence can become when power goes unquestioned.